Hi, Facebook friends. Helen Archontou here, CEO of the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am so happy to have some time with you on this Friday, and a Friday that begins a holiday weekend where we celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King on Monday. This year marks the 93rd birthday of Dr. King. And our organization, whose mission is to eliminate racism and empower women, we are always so proud to be connected to our community groups that focus on celebrating Dr. King's legacy and Dr. King's life. And so today I'm so grateful to be joined by two of my sheroes. I just said to them as we were going live, I mean, for me, what a great morning to wake up and know that I get to see both of them on the screen today. And so grateful to have Miss Theodora Lacey and Miss Barbara Giarmo to join me to talk about their daily work to bring awareness around Dr. King's legacy and to share his ongoing message of love and equality for all. Before we jump into talking about the amazing work that they have been doing to prepare for a Sunday evening celebration, I want to tell you a little bit about both of them. They're no strangers to the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. They are good friends of the organization. They are part of the family. And they've also been guests on YWTV already as well. Miss Lacey has been a resident of Teaneck for over 60 years. And she has been deeply committed to equality for all and so many decades. She is a native of Montgomery, Alabama, where she grew up in the segregated South and encountered many forms of racism. She worked closely with Dr. King during the famed Montgomery bus boycott, and she and her husband traveled throughout Alabama researching voter registration fund and injustice in the political system of Alabama. Their research supported litigation that changed voting rights for Blacks. A former teacher of 40 years, Miss Lacey and her husband played a major role in the successful integration of the Teaneck school system. She is the co-founder of Teens Talk About Racism, an annual diversity conference for high school students throughout Bergen County. She was appointed to by Governor Christie to the Martin Luther King Jr. State Commission. She is a former president of the Iota Epsilon Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority and the Bergen County chapter of Lynx. She presently serves on the Teaneck International Film Festival, the Township Historical Preservation Commission, the Historical Society, the African American Advisory Board for Bergen County. She is the chair of the Martin Luther King Observance Committee and co-chair of the Martin Luther King Monument Committee and co-chair of the countywide Juneteenth celebration. She is the recipient of numerous awards, including we were so proud to not only give her our YWC Racial Justice Award, but to name one in her honor. And she most recently co-authored the children's book, The Grocery Game, with her granddaughter, Tori Murphy. They were on YWTV talking about it. And what I don't see in this bio, we've got to update, is that you have a school named after you. So we got to update this, but she's got a school named after her, everybody. That says a lot. And with that, let me also share another shero of mine, Barbara Giarmo. She is an equal rights advocate who resides in Bergen County with her husband, Tony. She embarked on what became a 36-year career at the phone company, which now we know as Verizon, where she led a team that introduced the first bilingual telephone book in New Jersey and helped Verizon develop its diversity policy. She trained hundreds of employees on diversity issues over these years. She received a number of awards for her work. Among them was the Tribute to Women and Industry from the YWCA. At the time, it was YW Bergen County. And that led her to becoming a board member of our organization, where she served as chairwoman for Twin in 2001. And after she retired, she joined our team in a more active way as our special events manager for the YWCA. And she worked to support our mission of eliminating racism and empowering women by organizing so many events, including our annual Stand Against Racism, and held so many important programs throughout the county, for example, at Paramus Park Mall, and numerous networking events for women. She firmly believes, in the words of Dr. King, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. These words came to have deep personal meaning for her when her son Chris came out as being gay when he was only 13 years old back in 1996. She and her husband gave Chris their unconditional love then as they do today, but in order to help ensure that Chris has the same rights that she has, she joined and became president of PFLAG, which is Parents, Family, and Friends of Lesbians and Gays in Bergen County, and has advocated with Chris and her husband, Tony, in Washington, D.C. and in Trenton. She is the co-chair of the Dr. Martin Luther King Birthday Observance Committee of Bergen County and helps coordinate many events that honor and celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. King throughout the year. She also has received the YWCA Theodora Lacey Racial Justice Award in 2016 for her activities that have brought so much attention to these important issues here for our county. I know she was the lead in helping raise the funds for the beautiful monument that we have at the Fairleigh Dickinson campus. And I could go on and on about both of these ladies because they, this doesn't even capture the essence of either of them and the work that they've done. But I know what they are very proud of is the work that they do together for the committee. And that's what we're here to talk about today. And celebrating Dr. King's life this Monday. So welcome, ladies. So happy to have you both here.
Thank you.
So can we start maybe for those who might not know about the committee, and for those of you that don't, just know you can learn more about the committee by following the committee on Facebook. We'll put the link here for you and stay connected to the events that happen throughout the year. But can you tell us a little bit about the Martin Luther King Birthday Committee and how it started and, how it's evolved over the years?
First of all, Helen, let me say thank you for having us. My grandma used to say, you are the company you keep. So I am because you are. So thank you again. The Martin Luther King birthday really started up on the eve of the assassination of Dr. King. And for years, we would have a gathering, a candlelight visual to remember Dr. King. As time moved on, we thought it more important to celebrate his life. And so we began celebrating Dr. King's life in schools and churches and synagogues and wherever we were welcome. It has, from its inception, been a very diverse group made up of people from all over Bergen County. And we are very proud of the diversity that helps to promote this ideal.
Well, and we've really watched the committee evolve over the years significantly and take on so many important projects like the impressive monument, that has been left on the campus, for all to appreciate, embrace, and learn from at Fairleigh Dickinson University. So tell us a little bit, Barb, from your perspective as well, in terms of the kind of evolution of the committee and the mission and its purpose. One of your big events annually is the celebration, which is coming on Monday evening. And we've got to get you off mute there, Barb.
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm really happy to be here with my mentor, Theodora, and my dear friend, Helen. And I'm excited to talk a little bit about what's going to happen on Monday evening, which has evolved these last couple of years into a virtual event that we've had to pre-record thanks to the pandemic that we're all living in right now. And it was really, this year especially is an important way to celebrate Dr. King. And we're going to focus on voting. Our theme is no vote, no voice, no power. And we've asked all who are participating to address that in their speeches, in their entertainment. And because of what's happening in Washington these days, and certainly what's happening in so many states, it's really important that everybody be afforded the opportunity to vote if they're eligible. And we want to concentrate on that. I mean, in the years past, the events that we've held on Dr. King's birthday have drawn over 400 people to temples that we've celebrated in, to churches, to other organizations. And it's been disappointing these last couple of years not to be able to do this program live. We're really happy this year that Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman is going to be our guest speaker. And believe me, her talk focuses on our theme so perfectly. We couldn't be happier to have somebody address this serious issue that you'll see on Monday evening. And the entertainment is great. The awards, every year we give out awards to high school seniors in Bergen County, as well as we afford scholarships to students who write essays. And the essays are judged and chosen by a committee, a diverse committee in our organization. So we're really happy to do that. We're also giving Senator Loretta Weinberg a Lifetime Achievement Award. I think it's the first Lifetime Achievement Award our committee has given out. And Loretta has been supportive of us from day one. And we're sorry to be losing her in Trenton, but hopefully she'll stay connected with us. I'm sure she will, being a resident of Teaneck. So tune in. I think you'll see the link, but tune in on Monday evening and enjoy the short program that we're going to bring to everybody in Bergen County and beyond.
Well, thank you for explaining that to us, Barb. You know, there's so much in what you just shared. You know, as someone who's, you know, been coming to the event for the last 10 years myself, you know, I have to say, you are correct. Gathering in the room with everyone over the years when the events have been live have been so incredibly, some of the most powerful moments that I've had, you know, over the course of my career, and learned so much. And honestly, it's such a place of hope, you know, when we sit together in these gatherings that you all have created such special content always, such special honorees, such special speeches, the youth that you honor, really, it just brings such a place of hope and inspiration for all of us. What I can say, though, now, of course, living in this virtual world and being through now more than one of your wonderful events virtually, it's different. There's no doubt, but it really also has not lost any of its impact. And if anything, you know, there's no constraints of a room only fitting 400 people. Now your message goes out internationally, quite frankly, with people, you know, checking in to hear the important messages. And you have always had such impressive speakers and again, such inspiration. And the theme is so important this year. I mean, it's so important always, but so important this year that we're in. Ms. Lacey, is there anything you'd like to share about the theme in particular as well? You know, for our viewers to make sure that they understand why, you know, it is so key. I know you and your husband have done, you know, historic work in this area, and here we are again continuing it.
In 1957, I was a very young bride at the time, and we spent our vacation time traveling through the counties in Alabama, and we determined that there was indeed fraud in voting. When I think about what we are experiencing today and the difficulties that we have gone through, it is almost unbelievable to think that untruths could take and be shared so boldly, and that people are believing in the untruths, and that the fraud, if you really want to know fraud, read about the early days of voting, especially in the South. And so that it is so important. It is even more important today because there are those who think that, of course, that we are all able to vote, that we all have the right to vote, and which we should, but exercising that vote has been diminished almost to the point of the early 50s and 60s when African Americans were not allowed to vote. And so it is extremely important, especially that we share with our young people. As soon as you are eligible to vote, you should do so, register to vote. This is our democracy, and the only way we can hold on to what we have all been so proud to be a part of. I recall having a student once that was very difficult and refused to pay attention during the saluting of the flag. His mother had been through some very difficult times, even living on the streets, unable to have housing. When she came in, she said to her son that, yes, things are difficult, but there is no other country like ours where you have the opportunity to become the kind of person that you want to become. If you choose not to salute the flag, you must be silent and give that opportunity to others. We have had our difficulties as a family, but it's only here in America that we are able to improve, and we will improve, and things will be better. It turned her child around, and he became a model student. So I think that it's important that we continue to teach our children about the need to be good citizens, to be reliable, to be honest, and to be nonviolent. Those were the things that Dr. King stood for. And that's why it's so important that we continue his legacy.
Well, as always, you always leave me with such deep admiration and inspiration with the stories that you share. I mean, that illustrates so deeply the importance of having celebrations like this one with such important speakers, like our Congresswoman, sharing the words that I know will inspire us further. We know that the only thing that has really created change is groups of people standing together, to make that happen. And that's really what the power of this committee has been, is that it brings people together, again, with the ideals of Dr. King at the core, and, moves us forward on, his agenda, which is our agenda, as a country, at our heart, what it should be for sure. I want to remind our viewers as well that the work that this committee does is supported by people like you. This event is not only an opportunity to share and celebrate the important message of Dr. King, but it's an opportunity for the community to come out and support the work that the committee is doing and help it continue on. The YWCA of Northern New Jersey always supports and sponsors, signs on as a sponsor of this event, because we very much believe in the ideals of the committee, and they mirror our values. And I know that they mirror the values of so many of you in the community. And one of the ways that you can support them is not only by tuning in, but one of the, again, wonderful things about the event being virtual is it also will provide a very easy opportunity for you to be able to make a financial contribution to the work that they're doing. There will be links provided during the course of that time, but you don't have to do it just there. You can go to their website. You can go through their Facebook page. You can reach out, through those platforms directly to the committee to provide financial support so that they can continue the work. It was that financial support from the community and people like you that helped put the amazing statue on the Fairleigh Dickinson campus, and that those funds also do support these important events that raise the messages and inspire our youth. The scholarship program for the youth, this is where the funding comes from. So I just want to, lift that up. And, Barb, I know that you have, really taken on the fundraising over the years, been a real, along with, others on the committee, of course, but that's been an area that you've really focused. Anything you'd like to, add to that, please?
Well, you're right. It's, and I guess I got my training at the YWCA, working there as an event manager where we needed to raise funds. And it's interesting, my involvement with this committee, the Martin Luther King Birthday Committee, is because of the YWCA. I follow in the footsteps of Dee Waddington, who was head of the women's department at the YW many years ago. And when she retired from the YW, and shortly thereafter, I came on board and represented the YW on the birthday committee. And when I left the YW, it was like, well, can I still stay on the committee, Theodora, even though I'm not representing anybody but myself? And she said, of course, we need you. And getting involved with raising funds for the monument was a pleasure to do. I mean, at times we struggled, but we did it. And we're just so grateful to the community, and especially corporations and organizations as the YW, who helped really build that beautiful monument that sits on the Fairleigh Dickinson campus on the Hackensack side of the Hackensack River. And please, if you haven't seen it, go take a look. But the money that we raise during the year helps to maintain that beautiful sculpture, as well as to provide funds for our scholarships. And we also give back to the community. Each year, with money that we raise during the birthday celebration especially. So we're asking people, when you tune in, please make a donation. You'll see ways on the screen, as well as on our webpage, which is the Martin Luther King Jr. Birthday Committee.com. There's ways to donate very easily. You can send a check in. You can do it online. You could purchase a paver that you can inscribe whatever name you want or tribute that we will place at the foot of the statue on the campus of Fairleigh Dickinson. And there's still plenty of room to add more. So we are hoping that people have an opportunity to see it and want to have their family name represented, or if they want to honor somebody, the legacy of someone who has passed, and pay tribute to them by putting their name on that stone would be great.
We are so fortunate to have Barbara on our committee, along with so many other volunteers like Barbara who give their time and their skill to make this possible. We are truly nonprofit, and so everything returns, as they have indicated, to the community in the spirit of Dr. King. Remember that when he received his Nobel Prize Award, he gave it to the Student Nonviolence Group, so that it's in that spirit that the Martin Luther King Birthday operates.
Well, we get, again, for our viewers, we have the link dropped in here so that you can connect to the event on Monday evening. We do hope that you join, and there, I'm sure, will be an opportunity to watch it later if for some reason you can't see it live, but we hope that you join live because it will give an opportunity for conversation to happen. I also just want to share, would either of you want to tell us a little bit about what comes next? I mean, we're so excited about this event, to hear our Congresswoman, to honor our beloved Senator. And I know how closely she holds this committee and the work that, you all do and her longtime relationship with Miss Lacey. Dear to her. I had an opportunity to talk to her recently at a YW tribute, and she spoke of it. But I want to make sure that we give you an opportunity to just share before we leave each other what comes next after this event, just so that our community can follow and plan to join.
In the month of February, we joined the Teenage Library with a series of very informative programs each Thursday of the month, sharing with the community more information about Black culture and Black events in the country. So we invite you to join us. It will be virtual, and to be a part of that series. We often go into the month of March and also introduce outstanding African American women. So please follow us. We will continue, hopefully, to support and encourage not only the students at Valley Dickinson to take part and pause at the monument, but that for all of you to just take your lunch and have a nice, quiet, peaceful, thoughtful time sitting, looking at that magnificent statue. I know that there are those who say that sometimes placing money on monuments may not be the best thing to do when people are hungry. But for many of us, it's inspiration for us to go out and feed the hunger, to clothe the naked, and to take care of those who are unable to take care of themselves, the incarcerated, those who are immigrants, those who are just lost. So please join us as we continue to celebrate these special occasions.
In addition, Helen, if I could just say, our committee also has taken over the responsibility for the annual Juneteenth celebrations that we do. And we will be probably doing it again virtually. We have done it virtually the last 2 years. It may be virtual again this year. I'm not sure. But in August, we also try to celebrate Dr. King on the anniversary of the March on Washington. So the last several years, we've been doing events at the statue in August. So pay attention to our website and our Facebook page. We will be announcing those two events in the upcoming months.
Well, we will be watching. And for our viewers, again, if you're not following the committee, the birthday committee on Facebook, we have the link here so that you can go to their page and hit like, and then all these events will come up on your Facebook page. We encourage you to visit their website. And most importantly, we encourage you to take some time on Monday to honor Dr. King, and no better way than joining this event. Again, it's at 6:30 in the evening. It's easy to do. You can put it on in your house. I know I always have my kids sitting around when I've been watching it the last, years that it's been on Zoom virtually, so that they can listen and partake as well. And it's just it's such an inspirational event. And, this year especially, with everything that, we've shared, will be included. So please take the time. It's not just a day off. It is a day of a celebration, a day of reflection, a day of service, and an opportunity to really learn something new and to be inspired. So please make that space in your day on Monday, and no better way again than this event. And any last comments before we close out?
Thank you so much for your support. It's through communication that we all become better. So we're most grateful.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you both for making the time. I know how busy you are, especially in these last moments as you're getting ready to launch your event. But we're so grateful that you could make the time. And we look forward to spending more time with you and having conversations when your upcoming events are, to lift them up and bring them out to the community as well. And for our viewers, we wish you all stay safe, have a restful weekend, since here it is. And, please join us on Monday evening for this wonderful celebration of Dr. King's life. Be well, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye-bye.
Thank you.